disabled person doesn't mean I can't fight for my future or my country. Good evening, Mr. Chairperson. All protocol observed. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Pearl Adjoa Ofori, and I stand here tonight to address against the motion put before the House. As a concerned citizen, I support the government decision to pass the 3 new law tax bills, which are Growth and Sustainability Bill, Excise Duty Amendment Bill, and the Income Tax Amendment Bill, which are crucial to rising domestic revenue. The government has responsibility to pass the 3 new law tax bills. The passage of these bills will help to improve the country's economic development. With the additional funds generated, the government can invest in infrastructure development, social amenities, and other critical sectors The passage of these bills will help to improve the country's economic development and ultimately benefit all Ghanaians. With the additional funds generated, the government can invest in infrastructure development, social amenities, and other critical sectors that will benefit the country's economy. Oh, my dear, we don't want this country to improve. Mr. Chairman, it is important to recognize that these taxes are necessary to reduce the dependency on foreign aids and loans, which often come with unfavorable conditions that can negatively impact the country's economy. For a long time, revenue mobilization in Ghana has been a significant challenge, and passing this tax bill is a step in the right direction towards addressing this issue. Ending my speech, I fully support the government decision to pass the 3 new law tax bills. While taxation may be a sensitive issue, you must recognize that it is important raising domestic revenue to fund country's development. The government must ensure that these funds generated are allocated effectively and efficiently towards the betterment of Ghanaians. With my above point I raised, I surely believe that you all, including my co-debater here, are convinced that we all agree to the new tax bills. Thank you.
The chairperson, respected judges, my worthy opponents, and my lovely audience, I say good evening to you all. I am Priscilla Kweku, known as Ohemaa. The motion before the House is, the House rejects the 3 new bill tax passed by the government. And I, Ohemaa, is here to speak strongly for the motion. The chair, after I proceed, I would like to explain some terminologies from the above motion. When we say tax, it is the compulsory contribution being imposed by the government to its workers and business profit to yield revenue, says in Article 68, Section 5 in the 1992 Constitution. The chair, which 3 new tax bills am I talking about? Growth and Sustainability Bill 2022, Income Tax Amendment Bill 2022, Excise Duty Amendment Bill 2022. My respected judges, government is under pressure to have 3 new revenue bills, so it seeks to rake in 4 billion Ghana cedis per year to show up revenue to fix the ailing economy and secure a board approval for a bailout from the International Monetary Fund, that is IMF. The chair, these new 3 tax bills will impose more burden on the ordinary Ghanaians, business and financial institutions. My lovely audience, let me highlight to you on some of the key reasons why this new tax bill should have not been passed. To begin with, Currently, the country was going through very difficult times as inflation was at hyper levels in excess of 50%. Moreover, the government, as part of the 2023 budget, decided to remove discount on benchmark values, which increased the price of the imported goods and services at the port. Furthermore, as a result of the poor performance of the cedis, increasing value tax, that's VAT, has shot up import VAT by 2.5%. Therefore, any attempt to increase excess duties will impose more suffering on the ordinary Ghanaians. Respected judges, clearly the people of Ghana do not want to see increasing excise duties. Yes, the government needs revenue, but when they prepare the budget for 2023, the budget assumed that they are going to make debt since payment. Prior to that, the government had to take the country through domestic by restructuring, and as a result, they are saving 40 billion Ghana cedis. So if you save 40 billion from domestic debt restructuring and another 21 billion from domestic extended debt payment, you have 61 billion Ghana cedis free money that you did not budget for. So there is no need for the introduction of these 3 new tax bills. In conclusion, the government should be considerate. If it was making efforts at cutting down on its expenditure, but as long as it is not only not cutting down on consumption of taxes, the chair, I thought this sitting government of Ghana promised on moving away from taxation to the production in raising revenue for the country. Was this an empty promise? When will not allow such burdens on Ghanaians, and therefore it feels very disrespectful to the business community. I will leave that for you to judge. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, taxation will really help boost our economy and help development projects of the country. Let's all, including my opponents here, know that this bill will help us move from underdevelopment to developed country. Thank you.
The chair, I thought this government of Ghana promised on moving away from taxation to the production in raising revenue for the country. Was this an empty promise?
Not really.
So why did the government promise us this?
Okay, as I said, he can invest in infrastructure development, social amenities, and other critical sectors. So I think that can help too.
Thank you.
Right, let's put our hands together for them, ladies and gentlemen. You can move forward, Ohemaa. Thank you very much. Judges, Ohemaa, and then Pearl. Mrs. Santishi.
Okay, Pearl, I hope you get well soon. And thank you very much for what you put across. It was a fair attempt. You tried. Under the circumstances, I think you did quite well. But then I didn't get that bonding between the two of you. As much as you are opponents, I didn't really feel the bond. I think you were cutting each other some slack. I don't know why. And also, it was as if, I mean, I would want to think that probably with Pearl's condition, maybe that is why Ohemaa was cutting her some slack and then trying to end the thing so that she'll be easy on her. because it was like you want to end the debate so quickly, even though you had some time to actually make your point, but then you didn't really utilize the time well for me. And so I think you want to watch that. And issues that were raised, I think more could have been done on both sides, So I feel there is more work to be done. But then on the whole, it's not that easy debating on these issues in this short period of time that you have been given. But then you made a fair attempt, and I think kudos for that.
All right, thank you. Jumik, you had a few words.
All right, so if I'm understanding what the bonding here means with regards to what the coach just said, it's not necessarily like being in support of what the other person is saying, but then being attentive to what the person is presenting in order to make your point out of. You get it? So that wouldn't be like, because you are debating, and debate, it takes two to debate. So it means that you are watching, observing, getting the point that the person is making, make your analysis, and give it back. Okay, so that was what was missing. To the point that when you were doing the latter part of it, when you had to ask the question, I know that question wasn't rhetorical. It was a direct question. But then my advice is that it shouldn't be, if you're going to ask a question, it better be a rhetorical, because it's not necessarily like the opponent need to answer, unless the answering is also trying to make a point. And I felt over there, it felt like a conversation, and I don't think that made it work. It shouldn't have felt like it was a conversation at the latter part. But I don't mean to even be hard on this, because I think it was obvious to you, ohemaa, that there was a bit of compassion here too. And I think it's a very good attempt with Pearl. I actually didn't expect, from what I know, I didn't expect that you should be on stage. So just being here, it's something that I admire personally, and I think you should keep it up. We need such spirit here on this stage. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much. And if you love the spirit of ohemaa, you want to keep her in the competition as well, her code is 16. Dial *800*567#. And then for Pearl, her code is the number 3. Support them, let them remain in the competition. Let's put our hands together as they leave us from the stage.